confused, cause even when the prayed I didn't lose. Machine.
I done seen the best of them, jammed up. 25 life in the gas tank. Never met a man that they can't talk. Talking on the phones, they can hear us. 7 in the morning and they in my home. My bank account's froze, what is going on? Why it all start going wrong? From talking on the phones.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Detroit Lions. With that, let's head inside the Ford Field in Detroit. We're standing by are the two men who will bring you this one, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the New England Patriots. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. There's Tom Brady as he brings out the New England Patriots. A Week 1 win for New England this year. Different than last season when they lost in the opener to Kansas City. But Tom Brady did his thing, Charles. 277 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And he's making 40 look like the new 20. Forget
right.
30. He just keeps dialing the clock back and putting up big numbers. Threw a touchdown pass to Rob Gronkowski. Also connected with him 6 other times. A total of 123 yards in the game, including a long pass play of 30 yards. So their connection, it remains strong.
Brady now on first down. This is White on the screen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Brady. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Starting lineup here for New England, and you mentioned earlier that Rob Gronkowski did his thing Week 1. A little worry about what the receivers would do. Julian Edelman, of course, not back until Week 5.
So go ahead, name the receivers for the Patriots. I dare you. Name them.
Charles Davis.
See, that's what it's like. And really, when you think about it nationally, that's always been the perception. They doesn't always have a great receiving core. But he had Brandon Cooks last year, who's now with the Los Angeles Rams. How about Philip Dorsett, who was a first-round pick with Indianapolis, trying to resurrect his career now in New England? 7 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Welcome back, Philip Dorsett.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe-tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
First carry now for Rex Burkhead. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop. And And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
Finishing in the top 10 in the NFL with 12 sacks last year was Ziggy Ansah, and I just absolutely love his backstory. Went to BYU to run track, maybe play some basketball. Instead discovered a game he had never played before, American football. And now look at him, a perennial double-digit sack guy in the league.
Brady to throw on second down. And his throw here's incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
To throw, it's Brady. But he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Brady finding Hogan on third down, and the Patriots able to convert.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Brady going to give this one to Burkhead. And he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They go play action here on first down. 10 yards. And that'll make it second and short.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Brady. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That'll be a Patriot first down as Brady finds Patterson. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On the run, it's Burkhead. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play.
Down.
Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And a dump off to White. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but he got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Now Burkhead. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down, here's Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From the gun, it's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So now on 4th down, on comes Stephen Gostkowski to try and get the patch 3. This from 25 yards out. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 10th-year quarterback. This is his first season in his 30s. 30-year-old out of Georgia. It's Matthew Stafford.
One thing you ask for from your quarterback, improvement each and every season. You also ask for consistency. Matthew Stafford, 7 straight years, over 4,000 yards passing. He's still looking for that initial playoff victory during his tenure, but I think that he's been leading them towards it and has a chance to get it in the upcoming future.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Devin McCourty brings him down. And now the offense for Detroit.
One way I really judge a player's value is when opponents know what your strengths are, yet they still can't take that away. That tells me you're a heck of a player. For Theo Riddick, everyone knows about his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, yet he's still the primary target for Matthew Stafford on just about any passing situation.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And now it's 2nd down. New England's defense here on your screen, and it was Stephon Gilmore who really had a nice game for them in Week 1.
Yeah, the free agent acquisition, the high-price free agent acquisition of 2 seasons ago, really proved his wares. 8 tackles and an interception, so he's not just a cover corner. Was helped by the guys up front, though. Trey Flowers, Dietrich Wise, both of them with 1.5 sacks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the longtime Patriot. It's LeGarrette Blount. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll run. This is Burkhead. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll run now with Burkhead. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. New England on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Brady now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. New England on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Here's Ryan Allen now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And now running right through it. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over. So out now come the Lions. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll begin here with Blunt. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down at Stafford. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's Blunt. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll run it here with Blunt, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a carry for Blunt. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Stafford on 3rd down. Open is Tate. Touchdown, Lions. Golden Tate, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was 3rd down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. At the end of 1, it's a close game here early on. We're back to the Motor City after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down. Throwing on first down is Brady. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
From the gun, Brady. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. Brady now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Brady leaves to Burkhead on the draw. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Wait 20! Wait 20!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. Going for it all. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. In for the score. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. They start on the ground here with Blount. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on second down. Stafford. And to the left side here, Wilson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. His throw incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it's second down.
A CD looking back to last week, one interesting thing certainly was that tie between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You know, that was the first Week 1 tie since 1971.
Yeah, I think our research told us that the Broncos and Dolphins tied 10-10. And remember, overtime was instituted by the NFL starting with the 1974 season. So this is unbelievable, those two teams tied. Cleveland was +5 in turnover margin, had their chances, and got a field goal block down the stretch that would have won the game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had a field goal late in OT too, and they missed it wide left.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
20!
From the gun on third down.
The congestion in the middle of the field makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Kyle Van Noy in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He fights under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Hightower. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady And the Patriot offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. This is Jeremy Hill, the former Bengal, his first carry. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to pump the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs.
And able to find Dorsett. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage if he has just a little bit of time to serve
for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out and ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A play fake for Burkhead. Now Brady. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Brady now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Brady to throw again. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. New England on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
you have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Gets set to go again on offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Completing it here, Marvin Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Stafford now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there at 22.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From midfield, here's Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And incomplete. Gronkowski again, he was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
New England on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On first down, Stafford here. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Switching gears for a second because you and I were talking earlier. We had some odd games in week 1. I don't think anything, though, takes the cake quite like that game in Miami. How about that lightning delay? Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida and it's not a dome,
good luck.
You've got a chance of this happening, right? It happened in Tampa a couple of seasons ago, maybe a couple of times if I remember correctly. This game wound up taking 7 hours and 8 minutes to finish when all was said and done. Normally we do a game in 3.5 or less. That's unbelievable. So great stamina for the fans, great stamina for the players, and how about our colleagues in the announce booth? Great stamina for them as well.
Indeed. Longest game in NFL history. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout, and now we're set to get going. Stafford now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. On first down, it's Stafford. And that's incomplete. Well, we got a second here to look back to Week 1. A handful of nice road wins. The biggest surprise, no doubt, CD. How about Tampa Bay winning at New Orleans?
Yeah, that was a big one because I'm not sure how many people really expected that. We looked at the schedule in preseason and thought, oh, my God, for Tampa. At New Orleans, at home for Philadelphia, home for Pittsburgh. I figured an 0-3 start. If they won one of them, it would be great. Well, they got it on Sunday, winning at New Orleans. Washington at Arizona, Cincinnati at Indianapolis, Kansas City at the Chargers. All of them had big wins in Week 1. But didn't you think Chicago was going to pull it out?
Oh, that was going to be a stunner. And if Chicago and the Saints had won, some elimination pools wouldn't have had many people left.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers showed up before Chicago went home with an L.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Stafford on first down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Abdullah, the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now blown. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, here's Stafford. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. They're able to locate Wilson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So they went gutsy. Instead of getting some space with a conservative run, they throw the football at a big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, that's just what I said, wasn't it? Didn't I say they were going to throw the ball?
Revisionist history.
Ah, that's right. Well, I took a shot.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Out to the flat for Riddick. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tackles.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and enough. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And they'll run him here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Stafford. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Adrian Claymore coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. The Patriot fans certainly happy to see Claiborne wearing their jersey this season.
Obviously a good pickup by the AFC champs, and you have to go back to when Claiborne came into the league. A first-round pick with Tampa Bay. But just remember last season, 6 sacks in 1 game against Dallas. You'll remember Adrian Claiborne's name from that point on.
Who was blocking him that game?
No one.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Pass incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Well, quite a few teams this past week in the NFL were playing with new quarterbacks, guys that have been in the league, but in a new uniform, and they had quite a bit of success. You noted some of them. Who'd you have down?
It's really incredible success when you think about Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, 1. Case Keenum in Denver, 1. Alex Smith with Washington, 1 at Arizona. Pat Mahomes, he started one game last year, but it was really a throwaway. His true debut on the road against the Chargers, wins. And Tyrod, whichever way he wants it pronounced, got a tie with Cleveland. How about special category? Ryan Tannehill, back with the Dolphins. He wins in their home game against Tennessee. And fear the beard. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. A big play there for New England. 51 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, they run with Burkhead. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start, offense.
That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
20.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he stopped immediately there. The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
The Lions on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He finds Riddick, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Stafford. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. To throw on second down is Stafford. And his pass incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Lions on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
You got him.
Brady, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Brady to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. Brady to Gronkowski. Cover athlete to cover athlete for a Patriot first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Brady now on first down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll go on the ground.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Over the middle. That's caught by Hogan. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Brady now on 1st down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hogan. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
20.
Now they try the right side here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 3rd down. It's White, and they'll get him down right around the 16. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash. This from 33. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 21. Operating from the gun. Stafford to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. A play fake for Burkhead. Now Brady. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Brady to Gronkowski for the Patriot 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Let's go.
On first down, Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Devon Kennard with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Stafford on 3rd down. They're able to locate Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On first down, it's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again is Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. A nice gain of 21 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Stafford now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Adrian Claiborne in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On second down, here's Stafford. A dump off for Abdullah. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. Now it's Patterson. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A gain of 3, second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. From the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And on the ground they go with the running back. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. And they'll run it here. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been terrific so far. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. I would imagine you want to win every game big, but if you're a quarterback in the NFL, this is the spot that you love.
You've been dreaming of it since you were a kid, playing in the backyard or the front yard, wherever, where you went through those imaginary situations. Now it's real, though. What practice have you put in since the OTAs, the mini camps, preseason camp, sequence of plays, get the ball to the outside, get it out of bounds, save your timeouts, move the ball downfield to get your team in position to win the game.
And a field goal, of course, no good. They need a score. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. And he spikes it here with 35 seconds left. Back to throw. He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. He's back to throw. Out to the flat for Riddick. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. And it's incomplete, but there's still 2 seconds left in this ball game, so they'll have one final shot. Here we go. One last throw here for Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it. And they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.